I love it. Oh, yes. Love it. He was her true cheerleader. It kind of reminds me of that movie, Achal Khurana, Pankaj
Gunjan
Kap-
Saxena.
Gunjan Saxena. Who is Achal Khurana then? Who is that?
Hey guys, this is Benny.
And this is Dhruv. And today we are going to react to the trailer of the Nigerian movie called Amina. This is a 2021 film. It's already on Netflix. If I read the IMDb, it says in 16th century Zazzau, now Zaria, Nigeria, Amina must utilize her military skills and tactics to defend her family's kingdom. The director is Izu Ojukwu, and the cast is Omotola Jalade, Van Vicker, Bill Johnson, Vincent Regan, and many other talented actors. Just off the bat, reading the description, it kind of reminds me of Mulan, the cartoon movie, the animation movie, which was so beautiful.
Yeah.
One of my favorite animation movies. So this really excites me. And it also reminds me strangely of Brave, which is another animation movie.
Oh yes.
Such an adorable animation movie. So I'm excited to check this out. I love stories like this.
Yeah.
Clouds of change gather.
I desire to know how to use weapons like one of your soldiers, Baba.
No woman has ever dreamt of joining Zazzau's armies.
I am disposed to see how proficient she in particular turns out.
You are the priestess. You came to find your destiny. That is the woman you must become, Amina. And if I don't, the entire people of Zazzau will perish. War is coming. Everybody you love pays for it with their life, Amina.
Hope is like a silly child, always pining for the impossible.
No woman has ever sat on the throne of Zazzau. And you will not be an exception.
Don't be afraid.
I am Amina.
I fear nobody.
I love it. Oh yes, love it. It also reminded me of Ashoka and Korvaki's character that Kareena Kapoor played, who was a beautifully written character. I know it was a movie on Ashoka, but she stole the show, but also the character was so beautifully written. And it reminds me, I don't know, I just felt all like, yes, go for it, girl. Just kill your enemies. Just I
Yeah.
love it. And as I said, it reminded me of Brave, this even before we watched the trailer, because in Brave, the girl didn't want to be princessy. She didn't want to take the duties on. She just wanted to be a free spirit, and rightfully so. You were so young, you want to have fun. You don't want to go to war. You don't want to take on responsibility. But when things fall on your shoulders, when there are consequences of your people being harmed, your family being harmed, people taking over your land, you have to step up the game and you have to deliver. You have to get over your childishness and your childlikeness and take on that responsibility. And, you know, everybody wants to become a king or a queen, but it also shows you how tough that is, what a responsibility that is, and at such a young age. Like in India, the kings used to get trained on these things since they were like 5 years old, and by 14 they were a full-fledged king. They never got the chance to be a child, you know. And I feel like that those are the downsides. Like everybody fantasizes about oh, this stuff, but this is the hard part that that they are showing in this, which is, I think, is so cool. It excites me, and just the costumes, everything. And I loved the lady who was a prophet. It also reminded me, interestingly, of the Lion King, where there was the prophet who was like, you are destined to be Simba, you know, like you're destined, it is your destiny. And you, as that person, someone tells you this is your destiny, like, nah, that's not my destiny. I don't want to do that. Like she asked, very good dialogue writing as well, very well written dialogues.
Yes,
right?
agreed to that.
Metaphors and her reactions, very well made movie, you know.
Yeah, I loved it. The whole flow of it, nothing confusing at all. Everything was, I mean, just the beginning, the girl in the blue dress, I mean, the blue outfit, and her head, the beads on her head, that was fascinating. The expression on her face, good expression. I mean, it was like, you can see that this is a child with a promise, you know. It was you could see that, you know, that this is going to be somebody special. And it reminds me, there's a saying, right, that heavy is the head that wears the crown, something like that. Heavy lies the crown, something like that, which is, as you were saying, that people always fantasize about being powerful, being a king or queen or prince or princess, but when you're fantasizing about that, you hardly ever realize that to balance that power, you have to, you know, sacrifice a lot of things. Like childhoods are sacrificed. You lose your innocence, you lose being a child, you lose your freedom. Everything you do has to be for the people, right? Those kind of things. And also the question that came to my mind instantly was that, is there ever another kind of a story for a woman to become successful or powerful? It's always the same thing. This is about 1600s maybe. Even now, if you look at things, how if a woman has to become successful or powerful, it's the same kind of the patriarchal society, and how you're a woman, you can't do this. Like, you know, if you want to be a CEO or if you want to be a general in an army, then it's like, a woman. Still, you know, yes, there are examples of women doing that. But as you can see, even at that time, she did become a princess. She did probably sit on the throne. So yes, that time also, women did become powerful and successful and rulers. But the prices to be paid were always the same, and probably still are. Things have not really changed that much.
No.
What do you say?
Absolutely. Like, it doesn't, back in the day, it kind of did even make sense a little bit, because women were, this is like gatherer, hunter kind of thing. Women were taking care of the children, cooking, and the guys were the ones who were going out hunting, doing the hard work. So there was that, I'm the this and you are the this, right? But now, when things are more intellectual and not so life-threatening, that shouldn't be going on, but it still goes on. However, to that point where you were talking about women getting challenged, yes, she was challenged by her enemies, but her dad was amazing. Her dad always supported her. Even I loved her dad's character. From what we saw, at least as a child, she was like, I am not gonna take up any weapons, dad, or something. And he's like, you're saying that now, or something, you know. He was like, not like, he was not listening to her or not taking what she was saying into account. He's like, oh, these are your thoughts, but you know. And even later, he was like, she has so much potential, she should do this. Like, he was pushing her forward. And I love that being shown as that's also a good example to be shown in movies, because that's how dad should be. You know, that my daughter is even more powerful than you realize. That's a true man in my eyes, that who recognizes the power of a woman, what she's capable of, because men and women have different kinds of powers. You know, I'm not going to say women are more powerful. They're more powerful in certain aspects than men are, and men are more powerful in certain other aspects. So they have their attributes, and someone who can see it objectively, like her dad did, and saw the potential she had, is very, very cool. I really loved her dad's character a lot.
True.
He was her true cheerleader. It kind of reminds me of that movie, Achal Khurana. It was Janhvi Kapoor who was trying to be a pilot, and her dad was
Gunjan Saxena.
Gunjan Saxena. Who is Achal Khurana then? Who is that? That was not even close to what the real name was. Hey, Achal Khurana, nothing against you, whoever you are,
You can be happy.
Yeah.
We call you out.
Yeah, give me kudos for recognizing you here. But anyways, Gunjan Saxena, her dad was her biggest cheerleader, and her brother was just an idiot. I feel like he was a complete idiot. Maybe, well, he was not an idiot. He was trying to protect his little sister. So
he was being an elder brother,
yeah, but he had mental blocks. Even though he was trying to protect his little sister, the way he talked about things, it was just ugh. But her dad was so cool, and that I really liked. And this dad reminds me of that dad. He was like, anything is possible, go forward. It makes such a huge difference when you just have one person, or even one parent, or one brother, one sister, who even if your dreams sound ludicrous or your capabilities you're doubting it, and one person pushes you, that is such a big thing to have. And I'm glad that this character has such an awesome dad. I got riled up watching this, you can already tell. I was like, yes, kill your enemies. Just
I loved her character, a very strong personality from her childhood. She's very clear. She asks questions. She states what's in her mind. She is not afraid to go against the norms, and being like that is what made her dad appreciate that. I mean, often, you have a lot of ideas, you don't even voice them. You're like, what will people say? But she is just so sure of herself, that and even what she doesn't understand, she's questioning things. What if I don't want to be this responsible person? What about that? So she has questions, she has her own thoughts and all that, and that's a powerful person. Doesn't matter boy or girl, male, female, but I like a personality like that, very clear and very straightforward, and unfazed, courageous.
I feel like this kind of a product comes into, like, this movie is a product of various things. As you're saying, she was so clear. That means it's a very well-written character as well. The screenplay is very well written. The dialogues seem very well written. The actors are very well placed, but also to shoot something like this, the war scenes and stuff like that, with the budget in mind, is very tough. This is a very, very tough project, and it can become very comical. I've seen some Hollywood movies where they try to do it and it becomes comical, and that didn't seem to be the case here. It seemed very authentic. Of course, they don't have those big budgets, but they still did an amazing job, I feel. It just seems like a really good trailer. It seems like a very well-made product. So I really enjoyed watching. These are the kind of movies I personally like a lot. It's a personal preference. So I really enjoyed it a lot.
Good quality cinema, I would say.
Yeah.
To sum it up.
All right, guys. So if you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. We usually now do it on Tuesdays. Also, like our video if you actually liked it, and leave us a comment to let us know how we are doing, or if there's anything else you want us to react to. Until next time, फिर मिलेंगे.